for your convenience, you can call me Lee. Anyway, if you guys are watching my older videos, you know early October I discovered my life purpose, and now I'm getting into the Mr. Bob Proctor's wisdom, so I'm go deeper learning. At the same time, I'm going to share what I learned with you, so hopefully I can help you. Anyway, this is the post I did for today, because I, like continue learning, you can see so many windows. Anyway, here I read, Thinking from Napoleon Hill's 12 Great Riches of Life. Financial security comes to the last, meaning it's 12th one. Positive mental attitude stands at the top of the list. So when I read this, I just said, honestly, I don't have financial security yet. I still have about $33,000 mortgage to pay, but that's my goal. I wrote the goal card. If you listen to me, remember I told you, write the card. So by the end of the year, I should pay off this. Anyway, but I do have a positive mental attitude, and also have another 10th, which I'm working on to get them better. Now, maybe you're thinking about what's the 12th, so if you go deeper, you can find it. Anyway, I'm going to share maybe another post. I just continue with this. So I said, my point is paying attention to what I share with you, and also what you have learned. Make them serve you. Remember, I told you guys I didn't know. I thought I'm learning, but I'm gathering information. So I know you should learn something too. So stop just gathering information. Start make them work for you. So here I continue to say, use your mind. Remember, we have a power here. Study you. Be honest with your current situation. Change your perception to see things, seeing both a positive and a negative side, but focus on positive side. When your thoughts change, so does your vibration. Don't you want to attract a good to your life? It is law of attraction, but it starts from a law of vibration. You have power in your conscious mind, which is a higher faculty, 6 of them. I write here, it's taken me 50 years to learn this. I didn't know, maybe I know the words, but I never know that's 6 of our high faculty. And here I suggest at least you need start from perception and reason. Because when you change your perception, what you look at is change. Also, use your reason to find whatever going on, find the cause. That way you will understand the effect. I hope this will help you. Remember, we become what we think about. Yeah, I also continue to share with you guys, think about, we just read this sentence. This basically everybody thinking we understand. But if you don't take action on it, that means you don't understand. Because if you really understand, you become what you think. Why some people still think of bad thing? So that's from my point, like I told you guys, you may have a lot of knowledge, but it doesn't mean you understand. Because basically your knowledge is not decided what your results. It's your paradigm to control you. So whatever you do not looking for outside anymore. Spend time with yourself. A lot of things start from here. That's 6, high faculty, just in case you guys don't know, it'd be perception, will, reason, imagination, memory, and intuition. Maybe, like now, like I said, I'm going deeper, I'm learning, think about it, we do things, but we don't know exactly, like we kind of consciously or do those things. Like sometimes, when we feel something, we will say, oh yeah, my sixth sense tell me, or my intuition tell me. But that's true, because we do feel things, but we just never pay attention. Like I said, I never know until like 52 years later we have our high faculty, because we being trained only see the result thing, right? We see, we smell, we touch, we hear, we use all those 5 senses. We don't really pay attention about those. But for me now, like I said, when we know, you should be aware. And now I even, like I told you guys, I'm started studying myself, like my life. And a lot of things make sense. Because when you let outside control you, that's why sometimes you're not happy. But even now you understand it, your mind, everything from your mind. Nobody can force you to think anything. Whatever gets into my mind, our mind, I should say, but we have a choice. Like they said, everything is. It's not a good or bad. It's a human being. We make it good or bad. So if something got into your mind, remember we have a mind, we have a conscious mind and subconscious mind. But on our conscious mind, we have an ability to choose. You don't need to put all those bad information inside. And also, like, if you keep pushing those bad things to our subconscious mind has no ability to reject. That's why, as people start, they worry, they start getting, because they don't know, they just start worry and then doubt. When you keep having those thoughts and become to fear, when you fear, you keep pushing to our body, is cause anxiety. And for the anxiety, nobody talking about anxiety, right? So they just suppress that to our body. That's why people start getting disease. So like I said, I'm not a doctor. I just share what I learned from Mr. Bob Proctor, but those really resonate with me. Let's remember, we keep saying, oh, somebody happy. When you're happy, your health is good. That makes sense for me now. That's why I said now I share what I know. Like, not most of the time people like bad news, but for me, to be honest, I don't think I have bad news. But now I understand why I'm happy, because I always appreciate whatever the life gives to me. And I don't want outside people control me. I remember when I first came to New York, right? Some people, they judge me. But then now I really understand sometimes your disadvantage can be your advantage. Because for me, when they see me when I'm working, right? Some people, they just against you, just for no reason. They just, oh, the Chinese lady, she's not nice, whatever. I give them chance. Like I said, you don't know what's going on in their mind, but for me, especially my co-workers, I give them chance, because I keep telling myself I come from China and I don't know their personality, but we are human beings. We make mistakes. If twice same mistake, it's okay, but third time, you did on purpose, so I need to speak to you. So for those people, I will put them in the corner. I will tell them exactly what I think. I tell them, this is the third time you did this to me. I hope this is our first and last conversation. Otherwise, we go higher. And now I understand when you're talking to them that way, because you showed them you feel what you feel. You don't need to hide yourself. But then now they understand you understand them, so they won't take advantage from you anymore. So My point here is now I just am like unconsciously, I just feel like I don't want people control you. So now whatever you do, think about outside, a lot of stuff, bad thing going on, even the news, we just make our head like open wide, let everything dump in. No, you don't need watching the news for too long. It doesn't mean we don't care about what's going on outside. We do. We don't like ignore them. We know they exist. But then think about, can you change anything? No, right? So why? You should just focus on what you can change. There's only one corner in the universe you can change. It's yourself. So that's what I try to tell you guys from now on. Remember, I think I mentioned before, someone said when you point the finger, when you point out for one, but it's 3 point you. Sounds like simple, but then maybe, like I said, it's a kind of joking for you from now on. If you try to blame others, think about you need to ask yourself first. It's not meaning we try to criticize ourselves. It's just we have so much power here. We should focus on that. Because if we can change controlling our mind, we can change a lot of stuff. You'll be like much happier. I remember back then when I'm working, some coworkers ask me, Lee, why are you always happy? I just answer them, I'm silly. I don't pay attention to a lot of stuff. But actually, this is good because think about that. I remember one time I have worked with people over like 10. They always have two groups. They fighting. I just watching them, look how we always. Sometimes it's just like an unnecessary thing, but it's fighting. I was joking when they talked to me. I just said, they're not your husband, not your wife. Why you fight? Even your husband or wife, sometimes you cannot change them, right? Just change yourself. So now I understand that because I keep thinking positive way, that's why I'm happy. So now you have the same mind. We all have the same mind. So you let your own mind decide what you want to take. Don't focus on whatever they tell you. I have a coworker tell me I'm not a nice person. But for me, I just told her, it's okay. That's what you thought. Right? So don't pay attention to whatever others tell you anymore. Spend time with yourself. Find what you love to do. And just focus on that. Think about the life is super simple. But we just don't know. Like I said, sometimes you think about the simplest thing, but it can be taken for whole life to find them, right? But now we're so lucky thinking about Mr. Bob Proctor or all those gurus share their information with us. But we need really pay attention to really understand it and then use it, not just whoever tells you, just, I know. Are you really know? Because thinking about people thinking, but not everybody thinking. Don't think about you have some kind of activity in your mind that's thinking. No, thinking is hard work. I think one of the doctors mentioned something. 2% people thinking. 3% people thinking. They think. 95% people, they don't even want to think. They would rather die. I mean, when they talk, it sounds like a kind of, it's not like kind of like interesting for me. But at the same time, thinking, you're right. Because I remember in 1980s, I went to like Beijing to one of those, tour place. I remember I'm walking, and then they said, people just follow me. I don't know them, but it's a tour place, right? And I realized it's dead end. So I came back with my sister. My sister, why don't you tell them that dead end? I said, no, I didn't tell them follow me. They follow me. So, but anyway, let them go to see because then anyway they can see there now. They know it's dead end. But now I'm kind of thinking maybe as teenagers, that's just me. I just I don't force anybody to do things. But if people follow me, that's not my problem, right? They follow. And for me, for some reason, unconsciously, I just don't follow all the trend. I remember even when my daughter applied the college, she asked me which school she applied. I just said, whatever. As long as you can get in one of those Ivy Leagues, I'm happy. And then she will look at me, she said, Mommy, are you sure? Are you Asian, Mom? But anyway, I was just laughing. But for me, I do understand a lot of like Chinese parents. They try to let them kids pushing them go to the best college, or they need to become doctor, lawyer, those kind of thing. I don't force that thing. I just told my daughter, the first thing I need, healthy minded daughter. Then successful, because in my mind I feel like I shouldn't push her. I want a healthy girl first, right? But now I understand that's actually the good part. That's like a healthy thing. If you pushing, sometimes you can pushing them the wrong way. Anyways, today I'm just share now. Otherwise, I'm thinking talking, maybe continue talking, right? But whatever I learn now, I feel like I'm lucky I get into this universe law, because think about it, we are humans, we all the same. But then at the same time, we always let outside controlling us. But now we know we are the one should change ourselves. So every single day, spend time with yourself. Ask your question. What's going on in your life? It's not like a judging, but now you are the one to control your life. Don't let anybody else control you. So if you like the message, please share. Think about it. We have to deal with human beings, but also like the best part, like for me, I never judge any like nationalities, because I see everybody the same. Maybe because I can't tell who from Europe or whatever, right? But that's good part. That's why I said some disadvantage is the advantage. That's the way why I respect all the others, so I can earn my respect. But it doesn't mean we working with universal law too, right? Anyways, I'm going to make this video on the YouTube, but if you like it, please share, and let's all working together, start from ourselves. We have a power. You can do everything you want, but just go deeper, thinking about it. Sometimes it don't get complicated. It's easy, but it's like hard to understand. But as soon as you understand, start focus on yourself, your life, you can get whatever life you want. Don't think about rich, it's just money. Your health, your happiness, your family, they're all your rich thing. Okay? Talk to you guys soon.